we'll lift the jacket into place and bring the jacket right up onto the chessboard there, like so. And I'm just going to whip stitch these two seams together. And the reason for that is I'm actually going to open this seam, and that will stop the collar from binding at the neck. Sometimes you get binding at the collar, and it's usually because you've got this sewn all the way out to the edge, and that's actually what binding is, not allowing it to lift up into the stand. So I'm going to nip my machine stitch there. So let's line up the seam of my collar with the center back seam of my coat. And I'm going to use a stitch here to anchor that into place. And I'm going to space these stitches out about a ½ inch apart. There's no fullness going in here. This is going on completely flat. Okay, so that's the collar attached here from the break line to the break line on either side. Now we want to set the length of our collar along its leaf edge. So it's important to get the collar lying flat here. That if we get any length like that, that's going to distort how our lapel line is going to roll. So we need to make sure that that is lying flat, and then we take our lapel and we fold it over like so. I'm smoothing out the break line as well with my thumb. Sorry, not the break line, but the bridle. Smoothing out the bridle with my thumb. Make sure this lying flat. I'm going to just tie it off here. Fold it over, feel for the edge of the domette and the collar, which is right there. I'm going to open it up. Take your 12-inch French curve, 1 inch. It should look like it's a continuous run. Just going up and around. That. Measure up 1.5 inches. There. Now what I really want to do is compare one side to the other. So I'm quite happy with this side, but I'm not with this one. This looks a little bit too wide on the end, a little bit too hollow there. I think I need to just take a fraction off the side there. And I've got a bit of a bump here as well, so I'm just going to want to straighten up that run. So it's a little tricky. So you're probably doing it by eye. Some people like to have it hollowed out more. Some people like a wider openings on it. So all down to what you like yourself, what your personal taste is. So we'll start by just cutting it like that, and then just discarding that from it completely. The next thing we want to do is establish the straight edge. Take one from the end here. And we'll see that will run all the way down from one side to the other. It gets a little bit harder as these fibers get longer on the edge. Just take your time with it. There you have it. And this is really where you're going to see if you've got enough stretch on it. That seems to be just enough there to pull that around. So this time we're really going to clean it down along that edge and baste onto the collar canvas only. We don't baste all the way through here. There, clean it down with the thumb, needle in. And that completes your top collar. All you have to do now is just give it a press.